And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Oxygen Not Included. Alright, I want to move some creatures around here, and we're going to use debug mode to do that just because we can. So I'm going to move this one, and we're going to warp him over to here. And this guy, I'm going to warp him over to here. There it is. They have to be like standing still. So if they're moving, it really doesn't work all that well. But if they're standing still, it works. So we're going to kind of move him. Oh, you can see. There we go. Because it's like he's moving a certain way. And if he's moving while he's warped, then the game gets confused. I also want to take this Puffed and use him elsewhere. Maybe up here, somewhere closer. Would want to move him over here, but we're going to be expanding into this area soon. Maybe over here, polluted oxygen. Oh, there he is. He's in there, I think. I mean, I'm warped him out of here. Oh, yeah, there he is. So he's got all this polluted oxygen to eat up. And hopefully he does a pretty good job of that. And you can see the morbs are consuming this chlorine and making a little polluted oxygen. So they'll convert all of this stuff into polluted oxygen eventually. Just like this guy has. So you can see this guy. This probably was all chlorine in here. And since he was in here, it's all been converted over. So yeah, the warping, I think I've talked about it. I know I talked about it during my stream, but you enable debug mode. You click on your you click on whatever you want to move. You put your cursor where you want to move them, and you hit Alt Q, so that moves them all over. So that is the gist of things. A really easy way of moving hatches and stuff. And my hatches, for some reason, are being rendered behind all my storage chests, and I don't know why. But there's a considerable amount of coal that's building up in here. Our guys can't reach the middle, but they can grab the stuff that's out here. So they do scoop this up, but this one smack in the middle should add up pretty fast. Alright, so let's move on to power. Continuing our little struggle with the power system. We're going to want... First, let's deconstruct this. How are our batteries doing? Batteries are out, so we need to deconstruct all of these. Whoa, whoa. Nobody really... kind of happy with 10 for now. Alright, a little bit more copper for our use. And let's see, we need power, electrical wire. Okay, so we've got all of this. We want to X all of those. All of these I want on a separate line, so let's X those. We're gonna X those. All of these. Oh, this right here. Oh, that's fine. You can run on the hamster wheel for a little while. So we're gonna try. So this one goes straight out. Ooh. We're gonna bring it out to here. And we're going to take this one, clear all of that. So all of these are hooked up to this bottom one down here. And that's fine, that's great. But we need to hook the pump, because we have 4 pumps up here, plus the 2 over here. So there's a lot of power potential on this. So let's cancel that. So right now there is 480 on that side and 720 on this side. So we're maxing this out even without these two pumps over here. So this new line is going to come up and connect into this. So we're able to then clear. I like going to wires because it automatically limits what you clear depending on the overlay that you are looking at right at the time. So I kind of like that feature. So I want to get those pumps hooked back up, so you know we'll still have water. These over here are doing just fine. I'm not concerned. You know, I do want to let this fill back up. It's really hot water. I might even move all of our ice over there. So yeah, we've gotten rid of all of the polluted water that can drop in here. And yeah, I think I might want to put some ice over here. So we're gonna do storage compactor here and here, because this water is really hot. So it would have a really good chance of clearing all this ice. This stuff right here is already 23 degrees, so it does not have long to go before it melts. Some of this other stuff, though, is still pretty darn cold. So here we want liquefiable, we want ice and snow, and that should kickstart this process of moving this ice over. So let's copy settings and paste them here. As you can see, we've got this thing at 147, 148 degrees. That's how hot the storage compactor itself is. And the water, of course, is roughly the same temperature. So we are quickly using up all of that. Had to go down here so my hatches... If you're far enough away, your hatches don't come up at night. So it kind of stinks. I don't know why that is, but it just seems like the game doesn't simulate stuff like hatches if they're off the screen. Alright. Ever more increasing amounts of coal in here. Alright. We also need power, we need heavy watt wire, and we need this stuff to come up and connect into there. So the other wire, this stuff here, which as you can see I can sneak out, is going to come up here and connect into our polluted water. So let's look at our polluted water here. Oh yeah, I built this thing so I could get rid of all these polluted water pipes. That's why I did that. Now I remember. So anybody who's yelled at me in the comments about why I did that, I appreciate it. But I just realized that this comes out here, and I wanted to capture all of this. So let's go to liquid pipes, and we can clear all of these out. And these out here as well. So I need to mop in here. Let's look at liquid pipes again. Okay, so this is poking out. That's good. There's probably quite a lot of polluted water in here. Oh, they're eating at the mess table full of polluted water. That's nice. I think that was everything. I think that was all the polluted water in here. So that's good. That's taken care of now. Ooh, these are gonna melt soon, and that would be a disaster. So I want to cover that up. Because if these melt, which they're about 4 degrees away from melting there, it would completely overflow my whole base. Because that's over 20 squares worth of polluted water in that storage compactor. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there, and we want to avoid that disaster as much as possible. Okay, so let's look at our power. All right, so these are connected now. So our pump should be, yep, our pump is working strong, which is nice. And then these are now connected. All right, so we are now off of the old system. This is still at 1.3. And this is at 600, but it's not really 600. It's really more than 600 because we have these over here that need to get powered. So that's another 480. So that's a little over 1,000. But over here we've got 1.3, and I've got a manual generator for some reason. And let's deconstruct this, because we don't need that anymore. If we really want hamster wheels, we can put them down here. The time may come where we actually need to do that. But I kind of want to continue working on our little system over here for polluted water, because when that melts, now that we got it capped, at least it won't freak out. But the bad thing is, this will basically never put out any more polluted water, so our whole system will back up. Our showers and our lavatories won't be able to output, and that would be very bad. So even though it won't spill all over our base, we still have to take care of it. We still have to work around it. And now that we have this polluted water here, I'm tempted to do something else rather than, because I would need, if I don't want to use, if I want to keep this capped, I would have to bring the polluted water around and take care of it here, which is okay, which is doable. I don't mind doing it that way. So let's start getting this cleared out. First, we want this distiller to be connected, and then we want some plumbing. We want some liquid pipe to come up into that. So let's see. So let's start thinking about our system. So I want to take all of those, and those, and those. We're done with all of these, all of those, those. I also need to think about possibly doing some purification and using that water, using that hot water to grow some thimble reeds. I might want to do that before I do any sort of work, because any of the work on the fertilizer makers, just because, well, it should warm this whole area up, and we're already pretty warm over here. This polluted oxygen up in here, that's a lot of polluted oxygen right there. That's a hefty amount. So we're gonna clear all of that. I want to clear that too. I don't know why that is lingering in the air like that, but now that we've got more slime, we've got 2 biodistillers now, and it's just gonna increase the amount of material that we have to process. And we also need... I'm going to put some gas permeables in here for now. Just like I have all of these done, we're gonna try to get some gas permeables going. So a little area for growing thimbleweeds. We probably got a lot of thimbleweed seeds in here. So all of these like buried objects in here, those might be thimbleweeds. So we're gonna want some of those, and let's build this out, get it ready, because we're gonna want a refining process, because we've got fresh water right here, so we could bring the polluted water down and then send it off into this big area over here. Oh, and you guys are gonna move to here. No, stop. Move to here. There you go. Otherwise they get caught down there and death happens, and nobody's happy about that. There we go. Now we've got some stuff. Okay, polluted oxygen. You've got 7.2 grams. So I can release that. Let's get rid of all of that. Let's start getting rid of all of that. Try to see if there's anything in here. Let's look at the temperatures. Yeah, we want it to be pretty warm. So this one here, that's the important one. I want to see if there's thimbleweed seeds in there. We need at least 10. Well, maybe 8. At least 8. This guy's eating a midnight snack. And now that we got rid of those polluted water pipes, we could probably... Oh, that's gas. We could probably come in here and clear these out. No, I just want the buildings out of here. I want to put these ladders back. Make zipping around our base a little bit easier. Let's see what's in there. I'd like to see if there's another thimbleweed in there. And yeah, this is destined to melt soon. Let's go up here and see. Got a lot of ice at 12 degrees. I think this might have melted already. 160. Yeah, 128. I think that might have melted already. A lot of that ice might have melted already. Of course, we have a bunch in there that we can't use, but let's peek at this. +7 strength. We're gonna stick with 10 for a little while. Oh yeah, it was a thimbleweed seed. Excellent. And I'm not sure what was there, but oh yeah, we're up to 9 thimbleweed seeds. Excellent. So with that, I want to clear all of that out, and we're gonna need some more deodorizers or whatever these things are supposed to be. I'm gonna take that out. I want those two. See what's in there. That is a briar seed, I believe. Okay, those are all done. So I'm gonna put my farm right up in here. So in order to do that, let's put a couple of those down Now we're going to use regular tiles, and we need granite on this. And we're going to want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... maybe 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many do we have? Thimble, we have 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we're going to try 7. And we're going to want to go up a couple. Ooh, that's going to be bad. We want... There we go. They almost got stuck down there. It wouldn't have necessarily meant death, but I really didn't want to risk it. So we're going to build up quite a lot here. And we're going to eventually... I don't know how we're going to handle that. We can jump up too. So... Alright. The next thing is the... Let's see, refinement water purifier. This is a huge building. And yeah, this thing is huge now. They changed the size of it. So it is what, 4 by 3? Thing is massive. All right, power. Well, here I think we'll be able to just borrow off of this line. 480, and then this is 120. So we're just gonna borrow from there. Let them pick up the rest of this. I want to sweep this clay if I can. Yep, we can sweep it up. That's good. Now we're gonna need aquatic farm tile. Must be submerged in liquid. Can be used as a floor tile. Well, we are gonna first pump some liquid into that. So let's get the liquid vent, which is here. This guy is gonna pump all of the hot water. So let's use a Bissolite pipe. So this is the input, and this is the output. So the output has to come around and get placed in there. And then the other tile, we're also going to use, and then this is going to come in right there. So this is just to get the farm going for thimble reeds. And the temperature in here is pretty warm, but not really warm enough. So we're going to want to make sure this water is plenty hot. I think it's going to come out of here at, 100 and something degrees. And how are we doing water up here? This water is getting a little low, and this ice is warming up. This stuff, if there was anything in there, it's gone now. This thing is trying its best. Got a lot of steam up here. Yeah, we could try to be condensing that, but it's so hot in that area that it's hard to manage. So how are these guys doing? I just put these guys in here. See, these guys are... Look at all the polluted oxygen they've created already. They're processing that chlorine pretty efficiently. This guy is... He's doing his best. He doesn't really... He's not really too efficient. Making a little bit of slime. Alright. So I want to get some water in here before we put in the tiles. The aquatic farm tiles must be submerged in liquid. Not sure what that means, but we're going to try it out anyway. And I need to get this. You can see this polluted water is slowly filling up. And it looks like we can't reach that, so let's get a thing there. Everybody's off doing other things. Probably had some fertilizer to deliver. Had some food. Look at that. How much? What is our edibles up to? If I can find them. Frostbun. Look at that. 107,000. We got like 50 meals. We got 5 days worth of food in our frostbuns. So that's nice. All right. Now this stuff is reachable. That's good. Not pumping. We've got the polluted water coming in, and it's coming in at 35 degrees, so it's not exactly warm, but this should output water at much higher temperatures. So we're gonna want that hot water down here. There we go. And let's see what this comes out at. 104 degrees. So this water should be dropping in here, and it should be pretty hot. And this will slowly, ever so slowly fill up. You can see 4 to 5 kilograms at a time. So it'll do pretty good. And I want to get one block in first. So I'm gonna put one aquatic farm tile there. And then I'll be able to get rid of this, you know, some of these ladders through here. I'm not sure though. And he's taking the water. This is one of the reasons why they're adding the water bottler, so they stop doing that. I don't want them to grab water out of here. I actually want to deconstruct all of these. And all of these, this, and this. How's my CO2 doing? Just filling up this cave here. I could open this door, and it would suck. It would slowly suck all this stuff out. But I kind of like having all this CO2 around it. It gives me ideas for future updates. So the thimble reed seed, we can't actually select it because the ladder's in the way. So it's, unfortunately, I'm not sure how to handle that. I think we're gonna have to take out this one. Because they can climb 2. So we're gonna have to bring those up. There we go. So now we should be able to select. So you look at the temperature. The temperature here it's not good. The effects, it's negligible because you get 5 harvests out of it, and you don't ever get a seed back. So 77 to 113. Well, this water coming in at 104 degrees is perfect. It's right in between all of those temperatures, and it's absolutely perfect. So we're actually gonna want aquatic farm tiles all the way across. How's our copper? Copper's doing okay. This thing here is still belting out the good stuff. So let's see what happens to the liquid. It says it needs to be submerged, and I think that's on the top. Yeah, see, all the water is jumping up to the top here. I'm not sure if there's any water. Yeah, we've got water in here. So the important thing is that there's plenty of water up on the top here. Otherwise, you know, stuff gets beached, and we don't want this stuff to be beached. So we have 10 thimble reed seeds. Well, I think we're going to need a little bit more water. So let's let's continue this. Let this at least fill up, you know, at least half of this before we plant those, because I want those to start growing right away. Plus, we need to drain a lot of this out. So this 800 limit, 800 kilograms per tile of polluted water compresses a little bit more, because you can get 1,000 kilograms of regular water. So it does a pretty good job of compressing that water down. So we're just about at the midway point. But that'll have to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.